66 million years ago on the Yucatan Peninsula, dawn breaks over a thriving world. The air is warm and humid, filled with the sounds of countless species that have ruled this planet for over 160 million years. Herbivores like these Triceratops move in family groups, feeding on the abundant vegetation of the late Cretaceous period. Tyrannosaurus Rex, the apex predator, begins its daily hunt, scanning the landscape for prey with its powerful binocular vision. In the skies above, pterosaurs glide effortlessly on winds that have carried their kind for millions of years. Beneath the waves, massive marine reptiles like Mosasaurus dominate the oceans, apex predators in their own realm. At a river's edge, hadrosaurs gather to drink and cool themselves, their duck-billed mouths perfectly designed for aquatic vegetation. The heavily armored Ankylosaurus, built like a living tank, uses its powerful tail club to defend against any predator foolish enough to attack. Dromaeosaurs, commonly called raptors, hunt in coordinated packs using intelligence and communication that rivals modern predators. This is a world in perfect balance, an ecosystem refined over millions of years. But it has only hours left to exist. In the darkness of space, a mountain of rock and metal hurtles toward Earth at 45,000 miles per hour. In the darkness of space, a mountain of rock and metal hurtles toward Earth at 45,000 miles per hour. This asteroid is older than Earth itself, a remnant from the solar system's violent birth, carrying the energy of 10 billion atomic bombs. Its trajectory has been set for millions of years, a cosmic collision course with the third planet from the Sun. On the ground below, some animals sense something is wrong. A new star appears in the daytime sky, growing brighter by the minute. Instinct triggers alarm in creatures across the region, though none can comprehend the magnitude of what approaches from above. The asteroid enters Earth's atmosphere, traveling 20 times faster than a rifle bullet, compressing air into plasma hotter than the Sun's surface. Its shadow races across the land at supersonic speed, a brief darkness before an explosion of light that will be seen from space. In these final seconds, every creature on the peninsula looks upward, united in witnessing the end of their world. 6 miles of solid rock traveling at cosmic velocity is about to strike the shallow sea off the coast of what will someday be called Mexico. Impact in 3, 2, 1. The impact releases the energy of 10 billion Hiroshima bombs in a single instant, vaporizing the asteroid and everything within 1,000 miles. The shockwave travels through the Earth's crust at 15,000 miles per hour, triggering earthquakes measuring 11 on the Richter scale. A crater over 100 miles wide and 20 miles deep forms in seconds, punching through Earth's crust into the molten mantle below. Trillions of tons of vaporized rock are blasted into the upper atmosphere and beyond, some debris reaching space before falling back as a rain of fire. The impact in the shallow sea creates tsunamis over a mile high, carrying the ocean inland at 500 miles per hour. Coastal creatures have no chance of escape. The tsunami reaches the shoreline in minutes, sweeping away everything in its path. Even in the oceans, there is no safety. The water becomes a churning maelstrom of sediment and debris, suffocating marine life. 1,000 miles from ground zero, the blast wave arrives. Traveling faster than sound, it levels forests and kills everything in the open. Even the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex is helpless against this force. No strength, no speed, no armor can protect against planetary catastrophe. In the skies, pterosaurs are thrown from the air by hypersonic winds, masters of flight made helpless by atmospheric chaos. The material blasted into space now falls back to Earth, not just near the impact site, but across the entire planet. Re-entering at orbital velocity, this debris heats the atmosphere to hundreds of degrees, turning the entire sky into a broiler. On every continent, forests spontaneously ignite from the radiant heat, not from spreading fire, but from thermal radiation from the glowing sky. Herbivores attempt to flee, but there is nowhere to run. The fires are global, the heat is everywhere, the air itself becomes deadly. Armor that protected against teeth and claws offers no defense against radiant heat. Even sheltered animals are cooked alive. Intelligent raptors stay together to the end, their intelligence unable to save them from a threat beyond any earthly predator. Parents attempt to protect their young, instinct driving them even as the world ends. Their final act, one of love and protection. Within hours, the entire planet is ablaze, more area burning simultaneously than in all of human history combined. The smoke and ash rise into the stratosphere, beginning to block out the sun. An artificial twilight spreads across the globe. The first day ends not in darkness, but in an eerie red twilight, the last sunset most creatures will ever see. By the second day, the sky has turned completely black. Billions of tons of ash and sulfur aerosols block out the sun entirely. Surviving herbivores face a new threat. With no sunlight, photosynthesis stops immediately, and the food chain begins to collapse. The forests that took thousands of years to grow are dead within days. Ash suffocates the surviving plants, and the world goes silent. Within 2 weeks, large herbivores begin to starve. Their massive bodies require enormous amounts of food that no longer exists. Carnivores temporarily survive by scavenging the dead, but they too are starving. Their prey gone, their own death merely delayed. Acid rain begins to fall as sulfur compounds combine with water vapor, burning whatever plant life survived, the fires and heat. The oceans fare no better. Without sunlight, plankton die, and the entire marine food web collapses from the bottom up. Marine reptiles that ruled the seas for millions of years suffocate as oxygen levels plummet in the dead oceans. Without sunlight, global temperatures plummet, dropping by 50 degrees Fahrenheit, creating a nuclear winter that will last for years. Even small feathered dinosaurs with social behavior cannot survive the cold. Their fast metabolisms demand food that simply doesn't exist. After 165 million years of dominance, the age of dinosaurs ends, not with a roar, but with exhaustion and silence. Within 6 months, 75% of all species on Earth are extinct, an entire world of creatures gone forever. The bodies of the fallen are slowly buried and compressed, beginning the long process that will turn them into fossils millions of years later. The pterosaurs, masters of the sky for 150 million years, fall from the air for the last time. For years, darkness persists, the sun reduced to a faint glow, temperatures far below freezing, and the earth utterly silent. But in burrows underground, some life survives, small mammals that could shelter from the heat, cold, and starvation. Creatures that could hibernate, burrow, or survive on very little food found refuge, carrying forward the thread of life. And in protected areas, a few small bird-like dinosaurs survived, the only dinosaur lineage that would continue to the present day. After years of darkness, the ash begins to settle, and the sun, though dim, returns to the sky. Life, resilient and persistent, begins again, but the world has changed forever, and a new age is about to begin. Within the first year after impact, hardy plant species begin to return, ferns, mosses, and other survivors that can grow in devastated soil. Insects, with their short life cycles and ability to hide in small spaces, recover quickly, their pollination allowing plants to reproduce. Mammals, freed from the shadow of dinosaurs, begin to diversify rapidly. Birds, the only surviving dinosaur lineage, thrive in the New World, their small size and flight giving them crucial advantages. Some survivors, like crocodilians, remain virtually unchanged, their ability to slow their metabolism allowing them to outlast the catastrophe. In the oceans, plankton blooms again, and the marine food web begins to rebuild, though the great marine reptiles are gone forever. Over thousands of years, forests return and grasslands spread, the planet healing its wounds, though scars remain in the fossil record. 10,000 years after impact, Earth is green again, but the creatures that inhabit it are fundamentally different from those that came before. Among the surviving mammals, some take to the trees, the ancestors of primates, and eventually of humans. In a single day, one world ended and another began. The extinction of the dinosaurs made room for the rise of mammals. Today, the impact is preserved in rock. A thin layer rich in iridium marks the exact moment 66 million years ago. Dinosaur fossils are abundant below this layer, but above it they vanish, a stark testament to the speed and completeness of the extinction. The impact crater, though buried under Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, was discovered in 1990 through magnetic and gravity surveys. The evidence is overwhelming. Shocked quartz, tektites, and tsunami deposits all point to a massive asteroid impact. Modern computer simulations reconstruct every detail of the catastrophe, confirming the story written in stone. Today, their bones fill our museums, Tyrannosaurus, Triceratops, and thousands of other species, testament to a lost world. But dinosaurs didn't completely vanish. Every bird from eagles to chickens is a living dinosaur, carrying their DNA into the present. Unlike the dinosaurs, we have the knowledge to see threats coming. We track thousands of asteroids and prepare for potential impacts. We exist because they perished. Their extinction made our evolution possible, but also taught us that no species is invincible. The last day of the dinosaurs reminds us that life is precious and the universe is dangerous. But unlike them, we can look up and we can prepare.